Good morning, everybody. Dr. Derek Atchley coming to you live from, you can't see it anymore, CrossFit Albuquerque, of course, right? It's either my Jeep or CrossFit Albuquerque. It's one of the two. So it's a great morning this morning, right? Beautiful day, always, in Albuquerque. Here, let's come over here. Let's take a little gratitude moment. Look at that beautiful sunrise. So the message today is improvise and modify, bob and weave, right? Life is like that. So today's workout, we had a lot of work, overhead work. I'm kind of nursing a shoulder, so I had to improvise and modify. Still got a good workout in, just did a little bobbing and weaving. So a lot of times life is like that, right? Things get thrown at us and we're not exactly expecting them. After 44 years, I thought life would be at a certain place in a certain way, in a certain behavior, and it's not. So, improvise and modify. Bob and weave, right? That's the key. Be adaptable. So in life, in business, right, you never know what the marketplace is going to do. You don't know if sales are going to go up, sales are going to go down. You don't know if people are going to crave product X or product Y. You don't know, right? The marketplace is a dynamic thing. Life is dynamic. I like to call things homeodynamic. It likes to have a set point, but it's always changing within that dynamic. So in the marketplace, you've got to be able to bob and weave as things change, as conditions change. In life, it's no different, right? Some days your kids are going to be the ideal kid. They're going to, everything that you ask them to do, they will do, and they'll do it with ease. Some days, the things you ask your kids to do, they will never even register that thought process in their head. So, you've got to be able to modify and improvise. You got to be able to bob and weave and be adaptable. There's been points in my life where I have not been adaptable, and it's not worked out well, right? Anytime anything is rigid, so think about a storm, right? Really strong storm blowing in, tree's really rigid. What usually happens to that tree? It either gets broken or it gets uprooted, right? And in life, if you're not flexible, you're either going to get broken or you're going to get uprooted, right? Think about working out. If you're not flexible, if you can't modify, if you can't move, something's going to break, something's going to let go. In life, if you're not flexible, you're probably going to get uprooted. It's just the way it goes. But in a storm, if a tree can bow and bend and move, right, it's going to weather the storm and it'll be fine. It'll see another day standing. So where in your life have you not been bobbing and weaving? Where in your life have you not been willing to modify and improvise? It's a good question, isn't it? We get so busy sometimes getting in the rut of life that we forget that things aren't always as we want them. Things aren't always going to be as we want them. And that's okay, right? If that was the case, A, life would be boring. B, we would never learn anything. And C, we would probably accomplish nothing. And 4, well, it just doesn't work that way. So let's look at this. Let's look at your body today. Where have you not been willing to improvise and modify and bob and weave, right? Maybe you've been too strict, too rigid, too locked in on a certain behavior with your diet or your health, and it's not getting you where you want to go. But you've been unwilling to look at that. Let's look at your relationships. Where have you been unwilling to modify and improvise, right? Maybe your spouse has been asking you to do something for them. Maybe they've been quietly saying things for years and you're not listening because you're so locked into something. You can't see the storm brewing. You can't see whatever it is coming, right? Your business, we already talked about that. Where in the marketplace are you not willing to bow and bend where you know you need to? Read an article this morning, a really good article this morning, that says, basically kind of said, it's good to have a purpose, but it's not good to be so locked into that purpose that you're blind to life. And we've talked about that, right? And then you're being spiritually connected to God or the universe or whatever that is for you. Where have you been so locked in that you can't maybe reach that next level that you're wanting to. You know, I see a lot of people who want to meditate and they think that it's a very structured, like I have to do it this way. For me, a lot of times I meditate while I work out. It's movement. It's going into a place that everything stops, everything stands still for me, and there's nothing but me and my consciousness. That's meditation. So the challenge today is improvise and modify, bob and weave. So do me a favor, because I've been loving the interaction you guys have been putting out. Write down below where you or the world around you has not been willing to improvise and modify, and what steps are you going to take to change that today, now, in this moment. Bob and weave. Okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm grateful. Love, light, and peace. See you guys.